Hey guys, and welcome to this episode of Gotta Love the Philippines. And it's loosely titled Saving or Living Like a Filipino as a Westerner, Things We Can Learn. Coming up. So yeah, welcome back guys. It's Mark at Gotta Love the Philippines. Currently on Sipawe Island, just at this little resort. So yeah, this is my story, my journey I guess. Me, my current partner Julia, well, we're good friends and a bit more than that I guess, business partners. But yeah, just bringing to you our or my experiences, trying to make a go or make a life in the Philippines if you want, and yeah, just trying to bring you all the good bits, the bad bits, or the good times, the bad times, the rocky roads, the ups and downs, guys. So here we are currently in, as I say, Sipawe Island, San Carlos. It's my first time at this particular resort. It's my first time at Sipawe Island actually. So we're just day visitors, and you can book these little cottages, or you can just book a table, which we've done. There's only 4 of us. Yeah, so just this just going over the last month living here in the Philippines, I've learnt a lot about living simply and living on a budget. Though I've been, having a good time and spending money while we're on vacation in Bohol and then at Siquijor. Living with Julia's aunt has certainly taught me a lot about, first of all, living simply and living on a budget. Now, to fill you in, Julia's aunt is 76 years young, and guys, she is as sprightly as a spring chicken, I got to tell you. I mean, age has caught up with her physically, but mentally she is as sharp as a tack. You would call her, I guess, her class would be possibly above average for a Filipino. If you want to correct me, you're more than welcome. She's 76, as I said. Her husband passed away some time ago. I believe it was over 2 years ago. But they worked hard. They own their own house, and they actually own on one lot, I believe it's 200 square in San Carlos. They're just like simple, almost not a pension house, but separate, 6 separate houses, I believe, or 7. They're just small, very basic houses that they rent out to Filipinos that are doing it tough. And I believe the average rent was 2,000 pesos a month. So guys, that's her only income. So it's 14,000 pesos a month, I guess. I don't believe, or I don't know if she has savings, or I doubt she'd have any sort of retirement fund. That just doesn't happen here. And I'm sorry, but I've forgotten. I'll try and put on the screen what her husband used to do. But yeah, interesting story. They started very simply in San Carlos. I believe their lot was also 200. Must have just been where they live. Must have just been the size they were selling at the time. It was popular, 200 square. And they built their house in 1984. She still lives there today, and they had a small piggery at the back. And they just saved, I believe her husband worked, and they just saved their money. And I believe it was around 1987 they bought the other lot and built the houses, these simple houses to rent out to average Filipinos. And that's been generating income ever since. It's quite interesting. She has a refrigerator at home, but she never uses it, only for special occasions because electricity costs so much. What else can I tell you? She doesn't use gas. They use the dirty kitchen for breakfast, lunch and dinner, guys. And she was telling me she broke it down like how much a gas bottle is, and you'd go through a gas bottle, I believe she said every 2 weeks, but even so, even once a month, it was quite expensive compared to charcoal. She buys bulk bags of charcoal when they're on special, and obviously makes a saving. And she lives with herself and her, I believe it's grandniece, so her daughter's daughter. Sorry, I don't think it's her daughter's daughter, her niece's daughter. Yeah, her niece's daughter. Sorry about that, guys. So it's just the two of them in a big bag of coal. As I say, they cook breakfast, lunch and dinner out in the dirty kitchen using the charcoal. And it's like a routine. I remember my grandmother was the same, living in Sydney. She used to have a routine for every day, for every Saturday, for every Sunday. And I think there's a lot we can learn from that, guys. Getting into good, healthy routines. And I mean about saving. So, just simple things like that. When the TV's not on, she actually unplugs everything. Same with fans. She doesn't have aircon, so they've got those little fans that look a bit sort of flimsy, but they certainly do the job. But she unplugs everything. Being an electrician, I think it's quite cute or funny. I'm not degrading her at all. It's just a habit she's gotten into. But yeah, whenever you leave the room to go somewhere else, like, I'm not talking you're just stepping out, but turns the fan off, turns the light off, and it's just simple little things like this that we can learn from, guys. Same as food, she buys rice in sacks. Obviously makes a killing. All the time that we were there, everything was home cooked, guys, and nothing went to waste. I don't know how they do it in the Philippines, I really don't. Like, if we in Australia put a piece of cooked chicken aside and left it overnight, I know the next day if we went and ate it without putting it in the fridge, chances are we'd get sick. Here in the Philippines, they can cook pork, chicken, whatever, put it in their little aerated cupboard. So it's just a cupboard basically to keep flies. So it's got a mesh front, flies and geckos, I guess, out. And have it the next day and you're okay. I gotta say, I ate at, I can't pronounce the word properly, Carindieras, while I was in Bohol, and only got like a bit of a runny tummy once, and I'll put the link on the screen for the medicine. It starts with an L, I just can't think of it. But yeah, so guys, that's basically, she lives very, like I say, trying to save some money, trying to live on a budget without sort of living below the poverty line, but just living simply. the food's always tasty, and I think it's important to embrace the local foods if we're going to live over here. You can go to, you know, the cafes and all that and eat out, but man, it does add up. It certainly adds up. And if you're living on a budget, you're trying to keep below, say, $1,000 a month, I think it's important to embrace simple things like that. Cooking at home, cooking local food, using local knowledge. I'm not saying that we, you know, cook food and put it aside and we'll be okay, but things like air conditioning and that sort of thing, I think we need to be mindful of how much electricity is. Of course, it all depends on your budget. You may be on $1,500 US a month or more, and well, good luck to you. You've obviously earned it through your life. I'm trying to just limit my budget. Once the house is built, I was trying to limit it to say 750, 800 Australian a month. So I could go and basically jump on the bike and go to visit different places around Negros, or even catch a boat over to places like Palawan, and do that sort of once a month as a treat. That was my goal, to not just make a life at home, but to get out and enjoy things. So yeah, we'll see. We shall see. We've got to yet build the house. I'm probably going to have to go back to Australia for a period and keep working and saving, but that's the way it is. And Julia will certainly keep us updated of what's going on back here. Yeah, and every morning, that's the other thing, just as I was saying about routines and budgeting and that. She's got a deep well, so she uses a lot of that water. She hasn't got an automatic pump hooked up. Back in '84, I guess they were pretty expensive. She's just got this old hand pump that's still in use today, guys. So she drinks that water. She's used to it, whereas I would get the bottled water, the filtered water, and have to drink that. But one of the things they do every evening, I believe, was she's got 2 thermoses, and I noticed she would use this one for coffee in the morning, and every night she would boil the water, or she'd get Julia to, and fill the thermos up for the morning, and then get up in the morning. It's still, honestly, it's piping hot still, and you have your coffee. You know, Filipinos like the 3-in-1. Some like brewed. I do miss Australian coffee, but it's a small sacrifice, isn't it? Yeah, so anyway, and rain last night, man. I've never experienced rain like it. I thought it was just going to come down in one, just like a bucket. It was crazy. It woke us up. It was that loud, that intense. Man, it was crazy. You wouldn't think so today. A few clouds around, but still a nice day. And sorry about the shakiness, guys. I forgot my gimbal. But anyway, there you go. Just some simple little tips and ideas. As I said, I've got a bike. I thought that was important to get around. I didn't want a car. It's getting around. Even San Carlos is a pain in one of even those little Suzuki utes or vans. So yeah, that's why I got the bike, and seen it as an investment for the future. So anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts, how far down or how much of a budget you guys can live on or expect to live on, and I'll catch you in the next video. So until then, stay safe, and yeah, peace. See you guys.